Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Maggie. Yes, I'm no longer pregnant. Gave birth already. This is my faja. I'm going to be making a video today. Today's video will be about me giving birth, doing my labor during this pandemic, and yes, I tested positive for the COVID. So you guys are gonna hear my experience with that. And well, I posted that, so you guys can ask me some questions. So I got a few questions right here. So I'm gonna just start it off already. Let's see. So the first question is, this person asked two questions. She asked if did things go as planned? Was I nervous? Okay, so things didn't go as planned because obviously, things didn't go as planned because to start off, I wanted to go natural. I wanted to go natural, but I didn't go natural, so that's a reason why things didn't go as planned. And if I was nervous, I was nervous because it was my first baby. I didn't know what to expect. I've heard different stories, different experiences, and throughout my pregnancy I would get nervous. I would even get anxiety. I couldn't sleep at night just watching videos of people giving birth or people telling me their experiences, which made me nervous. But I did tell myself, and you should tell yourself if you ever do have a baby, that every experience is different, and you should just go in there with no expectations, and it's something new. Everybody's body is different, and yeah. So I did go in thinking that my experience is gonna be different, and it definitely was very different. Okay, so yes, I was nervous and things did not go as planned. Let's see. Okay, what were you doing when you felt the contractions? Girl, what was I doing? I was breathing. Everyone in my family, for example, my mom, my suegra, she was telling me, well, both of them, not everyone then, just them too, and a few of my tias, they would tell me to just breathe through a contraction. So when you're getting a contraction, you just breathe it through, because if you haven't been pregnant, a contraction, you get it for a couple seconds, a couple minutes. It just gets stronger as you progress into it more, but it's not constant. You get a contraction and it stops for a few seconds, a few minutes, depends where you're at, and then you get it back again. So during that little space, that little gap where it stops, you have time to relax, or you just forget that you're in labor, to be honest, until you get that contraction again. But yeah, during the contractions at the beginning, I was just breathing in and breathing out. As they got stronger, I started to I asked for the peanut ball because I wanted to try that and it would help. I would be on the peanut ball. It was more comfortable for me than laying down on the bed. It felt like it was stronger, and it was much more painful while I was laying down, as opposed to me sitting on the peanut, and I would be going like this, like in the movies, and just laying down like that and breathing in and breathing out. What else was I doing? Sometimes I would stand up and just move my body side to side, and just breathe in and breathe out, and just move it side to side like this, just like this, guys, like this. That's what I was doing during my contractions, just concentrating mostly. Okay, so she said, bitch, how is the pain? At first it wasn't as painful, girl, but as I continued to get into it a little bit more, that shit hurt. And yeah, that shit hurt, and especially when I pushed out the baby. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit. Depending on the questions that I get, whatever I don't get asked, I'll add a little bit more to it. Let's see. How long was my labor? Okay, so I went into the hospital on July 17, 2020. We got there around 1, and then they checked me and all that, and they admitted me at 3 p.m. So my due date was actually July 17. That's when I went into the hospital. And so the goal was to have a baby that day, but there was a chance for me to have it the next day, which I did. So yeah, I went in, basically I was at the hospital since 1 p.m. and then I did not have my baby until the next day at 10 in the morning, bitch. That's when I pushed out my princess, my homegirl. Okay, let me see. How was the experience different because of COVID? Okay, so um so the experience was very different because of COVID. Here's the thing. Um my family, everyone basically tested positive for COVID except for one of my sisters. But it started off with my mom. However, my mom did isolate herself as soon as she felt like the very first symptoms, like a freaking running nose, dude. And she literally locked herself in the room. And the only thing is that yes, she would come out to use the restroom, but we would stay away from her and she would wear her mask and all that. And at first I thought it was silly and would tell her, Mom, you don't have that, you know, just chill, like we can be around you. But she wanted to be very cautious, especially because I was pregnant and of course I was still you know, living here. And then she decided to take the test and it came back positive. And as soon as it came back positive, I left the house, so I was no longer here, hoping that I would, like, you know, be you know, be good and not get it. Just open the door.
My dad's home.
Stephanie, I'm recording. Close the door, please.
I'm leaving.
This bitch.
Can you bring her blanket, please? My mom, my dad's here.
Okay, close the door, please. Close the door. Thank you. I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
That way my mom tested positive.
Oh yeah, I left the house and hoping that I wouldn't, you know, be you know, wouldn't get it. I don't want to say be infected or nothing like that, because that, you know, it's just the vibe. I'll say my thoughts on that in a bit. I don't want to get off track because I'm a little bit pendeja still. I still got pregnancy brain, so I need to stay on track because then I'll forget what I'm talking about. Yeah, so I left the house and my sisters actually still stayed here with my dad, but they were more cautious and my mom really didn't leave the room. They would leave her plate and her food outside of the room and things like that. They would all wear masks and etc. Then we all decided to go get tested, and we went to those testing sites where you get your results like 2 days later. So put it that I went on the Thursday of the week when I gave birth, which was the day before I went into the hospital. No, was it Thursday or Wednesday? No, yeah, it was Thursday. Okay, Thursday. And we went to go get tested, you know, separate cars, and we were all hoping that we were all good. But then of course I went into labor the next day and I still didn't know if I was positive or not. I did let the hospital know that I was around, like, you know, somebody who had the virus, like, you know, 14 days, because they ask you like if in the past 14 days you've been in contact with somebody who has the virus. So I said yes, and of course they decided to you know, make me a test. And I did let them know though. Fuck, I forgot this part. I'm sorry guys, hopefully I don't confuse you. So we actually went on Monday of that week to go take a test. We got those results the next day, which was Tuesday. And I tested negative. Then it was Wednesday. Then Thursday we went again. The reason we went again was because my dad actually tested positive. So then, yeah. So then we went again. And then those results, we did not get them until Saturday, which was the day that I gave birth. But those results, I did not get them Saturday until like the morning, okay? All right, I'm gonna stop. Let me stop and think really quick. Hopefully I don't confuse you guys. All right, so then obviously Friday I went the hospital, whatever, so I let them know. They made me the test. That was painful because that was the one in the nose. There's like honestly 3 different ones that I've taken, but that one hurt because that goes all the way up, like all the way over here and shit, and almost like, you know, in between your nasal whatever thing and your brain basically. So it hurt, and they did me that test like around 5 p.m. and we did not get those test results until 2 in the morning, which was Saturday already. And obviously, you know, she came in and she was all geared up, you know, to protect herself, and she told me that I tested positive. So then from that moment they took me into another room to isolate us, and they did let me know, okay, so you're not gonna be able to hold your baby and all that. So I was like, you know, I was very sad at that. I was really sad, but in that moment I was just focusing on, you know, getting her out, and as long as she was okay, I was gonna be fine. All right, okay, that was, you know, let me see, what question was that? That was the reason, you know, that was like why it was different, especially for me, because obviously I tested positive, so it was really different. Other than that, if you don't have the virus, which I hope you don't, because you know it does suck, the only difference is that it's only going to be you and another person inside the room where you're going to give birth and in the hospital and all that. And other than that, to me, it's like it's not that different. Okay, did you have a normal birth? Okay, I did. I gave birth, you know, through my cooch. That's normal. And I did want to go natural, but I actually got the epidural at 4 centimeters, guys. I am not ashamed. It is perfectly fine. And if you want to get that epidural, girl, you go get that shit. The reason I decided to get the epidural was because honestly, like, it hurt, and I did know that there's a chance or whatever is that it does fall off by the time you give birth if you get it too early, which I got it very early. But I'm very glad that I decided to get the epidural at that early, because I was already very stressed out, like because obviously my mom has been sick, and my mom was one of the ones that really did get sick from the virus. Like, she had to go to the hospital because she started to have, you know, trouble breathing and all that. And my dad, he just had minor symptoms like a gripa, and then one of my sisters actually tested positive too, and for her, she did have fever and all that. So I was just very stressed out that I have anxiety, and some people won't believe in anxiety or whatever or not, but I don't care. To the ones that have anxiety and have had anxiety attacks, panic attacks, we know that it's a thing. So I felt like I was starting to get really anxious every single time I would get a contraction, and to the point where even just trying to breathe through it, like, it wasn't helping me. And so I said, you know what, like, I'm gonna get that shit, because it's gonna relax me and it's gonna keep me calm. This was prior to me knowing that I have the virus, done. So the reason that I'm glad that I got it was because when they told me that I tested positive for the virus, I was able to remain calm and relaxed, as opposed to me being in pain, like, you know, being in pain, getting a contraction and trying to be a bad bitch, you know, over here. And if they were to tell me, like, you know, oh, you have a virus, I would have, like, freaked out. I would have probably had a panic attack, and I did not want that to happen while me having a contraction, because you basically lose it. Like, you know, you're trying to concentrate, breathe through a contraction so that you're trying to remain calm. And imagine if I freak out, no, pues ya valí, and who knows what would have happened. We could have, like, gone, like, you know, a whole different way. So yeah, I did get the epidural, which is fine, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. It doesn't mean you're a weak bitch. No, I mean, I still gave birth, and I still did feel when she came out, because by the time I gave birth, my epidural had like worn off. Yeah, it wore off, and I literally felt like I was able to feel the strong contractions. And if those who have had a baby and weren't, you know, didn't have the epidural or whatever, any type of medication to where you can't feel it, you know that when they tell you that there's a ring of fire, that shit is on fire. That means your cooch is on fire. That's the most painful part, I think, like, when more than the contraction, because it basically means like the baby's head is like out, like it's coming out, and it's right there, and your vagina is literally on fire, bitch. That shit is on fire. But yeah, you just have to, like, still concentrate, because I remember I was like, she has to come out, like, I need to push, like, when they tell you, let them know when you gotta take a shit, that means your baby is coming out. It literally feels like you gotta take a shit. So when her head was out and my vagina was on fire, I literally said, like, no, she has to come out, I need to push. And the doctor said, no, you have to push when you have a contraction. So good thing I listened to him, because if not, I would have ripped more, because I did rip a little bit. Okay, so you basically have to wait when you have a contraction, and then you push like you're taking a shit. Okay, and yeah that's what it feels like you're taking a shit, bitch. Okay, yeah, it's a good thing I didn't push when I didn't, because if not, pobrecita de mi juja, it would have been more ripped. I only got like a little bit of stitches. All right, let me see. Someone said I have so many questions. All right, let's start off. It's not even a lot of questions, girl. You only asked me 2. And I know that you're pregnant, so congratulations. And don't let my story scare you, okay? Like I said, everybody's experience is different. All right. She said, I'm so scared and worried and I don't want anything to happen to her at least. I would say don't be scared. If you are healthy, girl, and you are, staying safe and just, just relájate. Like, con que no sepas que estás, que estás enferma o que tienes el virus or something like that or anything, relájate. Don't think about the negative, as in like, you're fine. Like, don't think about like, oh, what if I get the virus? What if this? What if that? It's not happening. It's not happening at the moment, so don't think about it. And if you let's say it happens to you like it happened to me when you get the virus and things like that, like, I'm right here, I have my baby, so you're gonna be fine, girl. And of course, like, I've heard like other stories from some of my friends where they weren't able to be with their babies either as soon as they gave birth for other reasons, like, having just other reasons, like and they're in incubators. So when they told me their stories, like, it actually gave me, like, it made me feel like I wasn't alone, even though it's a different type of situation. But like I said, I got my baby with me and I fucking love it. Okay, she said, can you talk about how you tested positive? Like, do our babies in our belly get it too? So I already talked about, like, how I tested positive, which basically was from my family. Yeah, that's how I tested positive, basically. What was the other question? Oh, she said, how the babies get it. So apparently they don't, but they do test the baby still, like, in the hospital, especially for me, because they knew that I had tested positive for the virus. They do test the baby, and thankfully my baby came back positive.
Negative.
I mean, negative. Holy shit. You see, I still say pendejadas, guys. Don't judge me, and if you do, I don't give a fuck. Okay. Yeah, like, the baby doesn't get it, and hopefully, it's really, it sucks. It sucks, to be honest, but I'm here. Let's see. I think that's it for the questions. Yeah, that's it for the questions that I got. So some things that I want to fill in. Let's see. I wanted to fill in on some things, but I forgot already because I'm pendeja. I still got pregnancy brain. I'm still gonna keep saying I got pregnancy brain. Oh yeah, okay. So since I wasn't able to be with my baby, my baby's father, he was there with me, and he was actually not very close to me, like, before I knew that I was that I was in labor, but I forgot what I was saying. He wasn't very near me, like, we didn't have a lot of contact in the hospital, which was a good thing, because que tal y que se lo hubiera pasado. Pero that's the thing, some people get it, some people don't. You can literally be sleeping in the same bed with the person who tested positive, and you will not get that shit. Like, look at my sister. My other sister didn't get it. Okay, so while we were in the hospital, he didn't want to hold the baby either, because he did not know if he had it or not. But he was able to be near her and things like that. He was wearing his mask, and I was just watching from far. Yeah, so he didn't hold her. But two of his, obviously, since my whole family basically was exposed, his family were the ones who helped us, with the baby. And even throughout, like, from the moment my mom was sick and all that, they helped us a lot. They took us in, and thankfully none of them, literally nobody, tested positive from his family. God forbid that that would have happened. Basically what happened was that same day, his sister and his mom went to go get tested, and they went to a testing site where you get the results the same day in like 30 minutes or so, or an hour. And so they came back negative. So his sister came when we were discharged. His sister came and took the baby with her. Baby's dad was still not carrying her until the next day. He went to go get tested first thing in the morning, and I'm not gonna lie, like, it did hurt me that I wasn't able to, like, hold her or be with her. Bitch, I'm getting emotional. I'm not about to cry in this video, but if I do, it's okay. Oh yeah, obviously, like, I was sad about me not being able to be near her, and it did go through my mind like, damn, he's gonna be able to hold her and I'm not. And I fucking pushed her out of my vagina, rip for her. You know, I was the one who you know, threw up and felt all the symptoms and everything, and she was in my belly and I felt everything, and it sucked that I wasn't gonna be able to hold her. But then I told myself and I prayed that he tested, like, you know, that he tested negative so that he at least was able to okay, let me chill because this crying voice is not cute. Anyways, so that he was able to hold her at least, and that so that at least she had her dad with her, and thankfully he tested negative, so he was able to, as soon as they got home, he held her and we FaceTimed. And yeah, but the thing is, I wasn't able to be near her, but I was isolated. Like, there's a front house and then there's a middle house, so I was like in the middle house by myself, and he put me like a camera in the room so that I was able to watch her. Like, I'll probably put a picture right here. I was able to watch her through the camera. We would FaceTime, they would send me pictures, and I would watch her through the camera, and yeah. And then his sister said like, oh shit, like my room is literally right here, you can literally come out through the back and see the baby through the window. So I said, oh shit, for real, like why didn't we think of that? So I'm glad she thought of that, girl. You were the one who came up with that, so thank you so much, because it was I was thankful to be able to, like, you know, see her through the camera and things like that. But once I realized like, okay, I could sit outside and watch her through the window, so they set her up like in front of the window, and I was like all covered up and, you know, wearing a mask just to be safe because you know, she is a newborn. And I watched her through the window, and probably put a picture right here. And yeah, it was like they would feel sad for me. Like everyone would feel so bad for me. Like, oh my god, Maggie, please don't watch her through the window. Like this is so sad. But to me, it was like, no, like it makes me really, really happy. Like I'm more sad back there that I can't, you know, watching her through like a camera, to me being able to at least sit in front of her and watch her live, like, you know, right there. It made me so happy that I was like, I wanted to be there like the whole day, the whole night. But in the night it gets cold, and as you know, like when you give birth, I don't know if everyone is like this or if it's just because I'm Mexican and they tell you like, tápate bien, ponte algodones, tápate, you know, la cabeza, los oídos, tus pies, like ponte calcetines. She's about to wake up and get hungry. Tápate bien, basically because, you know, que al rato te dan dolores o algo así. Pero pues yo hice caso, entonces yo me metía ya cuando se estaba haciendo vientecito, ya me metía para adentro y ya después la miraba por la cámara o por FaceTime o algo así. But yeah, so it was something for that. At least I watched it today. Okay, here's the thing. So I tested positive from the second test that I did with my family, which was Thursday, but I didn't receive it until Saturday. And then obviously the test that they did me at the hospital, I tested positive, right? So that was Saturday, right, that I knew that I tested positive. Okay, that was July 18, 2020 when my baby was born. And then Wednesday approach of that week, and my dad called me and said he wanted to go take a test, and the test where you know, pay and they tell you the same day. So I said yeah, and I said, Dad, can I please go with you? Like, can I please go with you? I'll sit in the back, we'll have the windows down, I'll wear double mask, gloves as well. Even though he was positive as well, we still have to be safe. And he did the same. Oh wait, let me, I'm not there yet, I'm not to that point yet. So I said, yeah, Dad, can I please go? Like, you know, and he said, you know, he said, Mija, it's too soon, I don't want you to get disappointed. He said, Mija, it's too soon, I don't want you to get disappointed. My mom said the same thing. And you know, I knew, well, they told me like, just wait, just go to the one, you know, where it's free and all that. And I said, like, you know, like, I don't care, like, I'll pay for it, even though I know it's too soon. And I just said, I'm gonna go there with no expectations and hoping honestly to see a positive, because it was very soon. And oh, he said, okay, then I'll pick you up at this time. So okay, he picked me up, and then we went and we got it done, right? And so then we waited like 30 minutes for it, and then we went to go get our test results. They called him first, then me next. When I walked in there, I was very like, I was nervous, but then at the same time I just went in there like, you know what, like I'm gonna get a positive like this too soon. And of course, like, I went in there, right, and then the guy told me, oh, so you tested negative. I wanted to cry, bitch. I wanted to cry. I said, what? Like, really? And then I explained to him my situation, and I said I got 2 positives, and I tested positive while I was giving birth. And that was just Saturday. We're on Wednesday. It's been Saturday, Sunday. But technically, I tested positive on Thursday. Thursday, okay? Yeah, Thursday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. That's 7 days. And so I told him, and he said, oh, wow. Then he explained to me, well, this test is this percent after blah, 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 blah. And he told me, like, if you want, you could be with, he said, you could be with your baby. But if you want to be safe, you can take another one. And so I did read, like, in when you test positive, they give you, like, papers and all that. And it did say, like, once you get your first negative, to wait 24 hours to get the next negative, okay? So I was very happy, but I couldn't believe it. I said, how can it be possible that, like, I really tested negative? And then I really said, like, wow, like, God is good, God is big, and he let me be with my baby. Because in that moment, I did think the reason I decided to go, even though, like, I really thought I was gonna test positive again, was because I felt like I needed to just try for her, and, like, just try for her and hope for the best. And I would tell myself, miracles do happen. So, and to me, it was a fucking miracle, bitch. So thank you, Lord. Thank you so much. And yeah, so so I went home, blah, 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 blah. Obviously, everyone, was very happy for me. And I hugged on my sister-in-law, and I told her, thank you so much for taking care of my daughter. Shout out to you, girl. Thank you so much for being there for us and taking care of your niece. I get emotional because it's just crazy how things happen, and I'm very appreciative of his family and her for taking care of my daughter. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. I say thank you like so many times, especially to his mom. So yeah, thank you so much. And I didn't want to hold her. I was debating. I said, like, should I hold her or what? Like, and they said, just wear a mask. Like, just wear a mask. You already got the negative. And I said, oh, fuck, like, but I should take another test. But of course, I held her. But I went to go shower first and get cleaned up, and I wore my mask. This is the first picture that I took with her, and yes, it's me breastfeeding her. So for you girls who have little titties like me and get told, like I was told while I was pregnant, bitch, that I was not gonna be able to give birth. And no, it was not a doctor, no nurse that told me that. It was people who told me that, who said, no girl, those little titties, they're not gonna give you milk. Guess what, bitch? They gave my daughter milk, bitch. Guess I'm saying bitch a lot. I'm not even supposed to curse on here. This is the first picture that I took. They took me of her. I have, videos of me changing her first diaper, changing her first changing time for the first time. And yeah, it was so like unreal to me when I held her, because I was like finally able to hold my little baby. Alright guys, this is my daughter. This is my homegirl. This is baby A, guys. I posted pictures with her already, so you guys have seen her. Look at her little patitas. Look at her little patitas. They're so cute. Oh shit, my slipper. My faja. Oh fucking shit. Oh well. I wear faja. I'm wearing a faja. That's what pregnant women do after they give birth. Okay, I can't breathe. Anyways, yeah, this is my daughter. She's about to be 3 weeks coming up on the 18th. She was born July 18th. Duh. Yeah, in 4 days. 4 days. She's about to be a month. A month. And it's so crazy because obviously, you know, I didn't get to be with her in the beginning, and it was really hard. But as soon as I was able to be with her, it was so much fun, and it's been fun. Oh, 4 weeks, yeah, whatever. A month. Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it. I love being a mom, and it's so crazy that I'm a mom. It's so crazy. That is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm sorry if it was all over the place in some points, but like I said, my mind is all over the place right now. I am a new time mom, okay? So it's a little bit crazy in here and in real life. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Like I always say, I'm gonna try and post every week or like more constant. And yeah, of course, like let me know if you guys want any other type of video, or like another, you know, just something. If you guys want to watch something, just tell me, girl, and I'll do it. I'll do it. But yeah, I'll try and post like every Friday. Right now I'm going for every Friday, and yes, girl, I got myself a new laptop where I can like edit all my videos, because one reason why I stopped posting videos was because the laptop that I had, like, it just kept freezing up, especially on iMovie, like every second. So I had to restart it all the time, and it was just like, yeah, like estaba enfadada. And yes, I know I could have done it on the phone, pero a huevo yo quería hacerlo en computadora. Y por fin me compré una computadora bien chingona, el MacBook Pro 16-inch, bitch, and that shit is the shit. Okay, I can't, it's like literally to like, I fucking love it. Like now I'm just like, okay, I spent this much money on this thing. I'm gonna see it as an investment and really get, you know, and really get on it and post video for you guys. So if you guys have any ideas, just let me know. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Hasta luego.